Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the miserable liberal and Ron Placone.
I'm miserable.
Hello.
So there's been a proposition. There's a billionaire in California. This isn't the first time this has happened. They want to split California up into 3 different states, right? So there's that one. So that would be Northern California. This is from KPCC. This is from Northern California, Southern California, the light blue, and then the dark blue would just be California. And that's LA, I guess. So that's what they're trying to get it on. We have in California what they call the proposition system. So if your legislators aren't doing what you want, you just propose a ballot measure that people vote on. And if they vote yes, it becomes law. So they're trying to get that on the ballot for people to vote on it, but not going to make it because Supreme Court blocked the measure to divide the state into 3. Which I don't want it to be broken up. I kind of do, in a sense. I want to get rid of the Senate. How about that?
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I mean, we talked about it on a recent video where, yeah, I want a more representational government in terms of the actual population. I don't want somebody in Wyoming to have a vote count more than somebody in California's. But I don't think this is the answer to get there.
I agree. We need to get more representation for... So the Senate doesn't represent people. If you live in Montana, you are way overrepresented in the Senate. You get as many senators as I do in California, and you have less people in your state than I have in my congressional district. So that's not fair. That's not one man, one vote. That gives way more votes to white people who live in Montana and South Dakota and North Dakota and Wyoming.
And we got to remember that our founding forefathers weren't these perfect people.
A lot of them were slave owners.
They were slave owners, and the only person that was allowed to vote was a white male who owned land.
Owned land. So according to this article, the California Supreme Court blocked Wednesday a proposal to split the state into 3. The proposal, championed by venture capitalist Tim Draper, sounds like a great guy, had gathered at least 600,000 signatures, which was enough to earn a spot on the midterm ballot. The court said that it decided to remove the measure from the ballot because significant questions have been raised regarding the proposition's validity. Really?
Yeah, I mean...
What the hell does that mean?
That kind of struck me too. And even though I'm against this as well, I wouldn't vote for it.
Yeah.
But I kind of thought that explanation left a little bit to be desired.
Yeah, I don't understand what that means. We conclude that the potential harm in permitting the measure to remain on the ballot outweighs the potential harm in delaying the proposition to a future election. So they're not saying that they're going to keep it off forever. They're just saying right now we have to... That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
That we're going to have to, I don't know. I'd love to know more about this. Maybe we call up the California Supreme Court. Maybe we call somebody.
Get a statement.
Do you know anybody? Can you name a person on the California Supreme Court?
Off the top of my head, no. Can you?
Carol.
Vinny.
I was going to go with Eddie. I was so close.
Yeah. I think Vinny's on there.
Vinny's on there. He said it was harmful.
Yeah.
He's
Vinny's...
like, nah, we're shelving this. It's harmful.
Well, at first he doesn't understand. He's like, you're going to break it up into a tree? No, 3. Tree? How can you make California a tree? No. It's 3.
We don't even have water. You want to put a tree up? What's
tree?
this?
Come on. And by the way, those almond farmers are sucking all our water. Okay, so there you go. It won't be on the ballot, so no fear of California being broken up into 3. But that would mean 4 more senators in the Senate representing California. So that's not a bad thing.
Oh, but are they corporate tools?
But they would probably all be corporate tools.
Come on.
You are correct. That's right. It would probably be a bad thing.
Yeah, whenever people talk about, what if we just... I'm like, you know what? Let's try to do a better job at leading the way on certain things, like trying to get single payer here.
Yes!
And let's do a better job at doing that first.
Right. Well, I was just reading a tweet where Kevin De Leon, who's running against Feinstein, he's really up in arms about Russia. I'm like, hold on. Forget Russia. How about California? Why
No
don't you focus
shit.
on California?
Let's focus
Net
on
neutrality, Medicare for all, and free tuition. Why don't you go ahead and work on that, Kevin?
I'll tell you why, Steph, because he's bought by the corporation just like everyone else, and that's why he'd rather focus on Trump and Russia than focus on problems that need fixing here in America. Hey, please make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, you probably are. It only takes a second to check. And then click that bell to make sure you get a notice every time we drop a video. They won't tell you every time anyway, but it's the only thing we can do to fight back against the bastards. So please make sure you're subscribed and click that bell. And our next live show is July 15th in Chicago. And after that, July 27th in Burbank, California. Special guest on that show, Abby Martin. And if you could become a patron, that would be fantastic. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support.